Hello friends, welcome back to the new tutorial. Today we are going to learn about the authentication versus authorization. So let's get started. In the world of security, these two terms are often used interchangeably, but they represent two fundamental different steps in the security process. You cannot have secure access control without understanding the distinction. So authentication means who are you? And authorization means what can you do, right? So the process of verifying the identity of a user or a service. So here it's the process of verifying the identity, and here the process of determining what permissions an authenticated user has. Example, entering your password to log in into a website, correct? Example, being allowed to edit a document but not delete it. This is authorization. Let's take an example of the airport. Authentication example, showing your passport at the check-in desk. The airline confirms you are who you say you are. Authorization, showing your boarding pass at the gate. The boarding pass does not prove who you are. It proves you have the permissions to enter a specific plane and sit in a specific seat. Right. So let's deep dive into the authentication. So authentication is the first step. If the system does not know who you are, it cannot determine what you are allowed to do. Common authentication factors. Security experts categorize authentication to three main factors, that is something you know, something you have, something you are. Okay, so knowledge, passwords, pin, security questions. So the first point, possession, something you have, phone, hardware, token, email account. Inherit, hence something you are, fingerprint, face ID, retina scan. So these are the common authentication factors. Okay, so the protocols and the standards, SML, security assertion markup language, an older XML based standard often used to enterprise SSO, and the OIDC, open ID connect. A modern identity layer built on the top of the auth 2.0 allows clients to verify the identity of the end user. Okay, so let's move to the authorization. Once the user is authenticated, the authorization takes over. It applies the policies to the access request. So access control strategies, we have role based. So like if you are the admin, if you are the customer, okay, so on the behalf of it you have some permissions to edit, delete, or create. So permissions are assigned to the roles like admin, editor, viewer, and roles assigned to the users. This is the most common method. Now next one, attribute based access control. Permissions are granted based on the attributes. Example, user is in the sales department and the time is between this and this. Okay, so these are kind of the authorization and what permissions they have. Then after that they can do that part. Okay, the protocols is auth 2.0, the industry standard protocol for authorization. It allows a user to grant the third party website access to their resources without exposing the password. Let's take a comparison. So the feature question, authentication and authorization, who is the user, okay, and what the user is allowed to do. Timing, happens first, happens after authentication. Data exchange, ID token, JWT containing the user profile, access tokens, JWT containing the scopes and the permissions. Okay, HTTP error code, that is 401, unauthorized, confusing the name but means unauthenticated. 403, forbidden, identity known but permissions denied. User actions, login, biometric scan, and clicking a protected link API request. Okay, so there's an implementation example of the node shares and the express. Okay, so how they can do, here you can see that first authentication, authenticate the user. So if it is not token, then return the access denied. If the token is verified, then return their token. Okay, and authorization, after it check if the authenticated user has a specific role. If the authentication is passed, then it will check the role. If the role is required role, then it's forbidden, you don't have the permissions. Okay, protecting route, so every route you can see that we have authenticated user and authorized role, that is admin. So if it has access, then it can do the process. Okay, security best practices, never roll your own crypto. Use established libraries by cryptargon2 for hashing passwords. Use HTTPS least privilege principle while authorizing. Give users the minimum amount of access necessary to do the job. Short-lived tokens, SS tokens should be expired quickly, so to minimize the damage if they're stolen. Multi-factor authentication, always encourage or enforce MFA to strengthen the authentication layer. So this is what about authentication and authorization. Any doubt, any query, do let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a great day.